Guys, it's Dag, and it's Peep. She's over there, I'm right here, and we're here for some SWTOR story time. And yeah, that's how it is, and I'm going to stick to that one. I did not check to see what my holiday of the day is, but let me check that real quick. All kinds of stuff. Moldy Cheese Day. Yeah, that sounds like a thing.
Isn't all cheese mold?
Well, that's a good point. I guess there's
Is it?
fresher
I don't know.
cheese. I don't know. There's fresher cheese. Well, there's obviously blue cheese, which has a special type of mold in it, right? It's
Yeah, yeah.
a happy day for all cheese connoisseurs, especially for the lovers of moldy kinds of cheese. And they don't give any additional information than that. But yeah, go get some moldy cheese. And I'm not talking about the stuff you pick
Moldy
out from between your toes
cheese.
either. So there.
Ew, dude.
Ew, yeah, that was too much info. All right, so we are going back to do some stuff on. I've got a couple of. I have one class quest that I have left, and I got to go back to someplace. The Biomechanical Corporation sent you an offer to contract your endorsement with the combat adrenals. Oh, that's right. Director of Public Relations for Adas Corp, Peyton Swole, asked that you travel to Quesh for a meeting at their Skunk Works factory to discuss the terms of a contract. All right, so I guess I'm going to Quesh. Hey!
Yep, we're doing Quesh.
Jodo2571, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it. And welcome to the stream. So anyway, we got the adrenal appropriation. I guess we're going back to Quesh.
Yep.
Okay.
Quesh.
Quesh it.
Quesh.
So,
I have a question.
you have a question? Do you? Or no? Okay. All right.
No.
Well, I have a sniper rifle for you. So whenever, I guess we'll just like quick travel over to Quesh and be there.
We may not be able to. Have we opened the activities on Quesh yet?
Well, I've got tracked
Nope.
missions listed. Yeah.
No,
So-
we don't have the dailies open, so you have to pay for the travel.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
900
We haven't
credits.
finished the planet yet, so we don't have the dailies open.
All right, we're going to go over there right now and see where it drops us.
Got a little animal messing around down here. What's he doing?
Little critter?
Yep, just licking his plate. Licking my plate.
Well, it could be like our
It's
cats and lick their
yummy.
butts, you know? Sit there.
Yep.
I saw
Get in there.
some.
Clean it up.
Yep, that's it. We have the cleanest butts you've ever seen, Dad. Check it out.
Yep, they do. They put their butts right in your face. Hey, ow. Hey, my butt.
And my screen
Oh,
disappeared.
I have to go
'cause
use my holo terminal on my ship.
Oh, do you? Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
do.
Already did that. So, why don't you?
I'm
Go
just going to
ahead
do
and-
that real quick.
Yeah, because I'm already on Quesh looking for cheese. What if they have Quesh cheese?
I wouldn't eat anything that was made on that planet.
They have some tasty adrenals.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm headed to the Imperial garrison. I guess I'll meet you there.
Cocaine isn't food, guys.
All right. Yeah. So here I am, and I'll just go someplace, but I don't know where. Oh, that's right. They have. This is the one that has the elevator.
Smells
Yeah.
like I just put on a death stick with my nose.
Mako doesn't like the scent of Quesh. She made some.
Well, it's stinky.
Yeah, she made some
Probably
comment
smells
about
like
it
sulfur.
smelling rather odoriferous.
Quesh smells like farts.
Yep, pretty much. Why am I walking? Because here we go. I'll just get on my horse and ride. Oh yeah, for Warcraft, I gave you those. They're not potions. I forget what they're called. They're whatever it is that you add to your. You throw them on your weapon. It's like some, I don't know,
Yeah,
lotion.
they're oils. They're
Oil. Thank you.
sword oils.
Yeah. So mana oil. All right. So anyway,
Yep.
yeah, you put it on your weapon and it boosts your spirit, which is cool.
Yep. Yep.
All right. I see that this is
There's a couple of different kinds, but I don't remember what they are.
Yeah. Well, this is one
Shadow core oil.
Yeah, this one was an oil that I needed to do in order to level that particular profession. And so it's like, okay, I got those all made.
I did send you a bunch of purple lotus.
I appreciate that. I saw that.
I just went and looked on the auction house to see if there was any reasonably priced, and there was a little bit that wasn't too expensive. So
Oh, that's cool.
I just
Yeah,
bought
because
it.
when I looked, it was all like 40 gold a piece.
Yeah, no, it was like they were 2 and 3 gold a piece. Whoever listed them on there wasn't matching whatever was on the auction house already. So I was like, yoink.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what's whether or not the oil sells on the auction house. So I threw 10 of them up there. I had to make 20 of
I
them.
know this is a SWTOR channel, but I just want to mention yesterday I needed something on retail, and it was super expensive on my server. So now that we have warbands, I was like, you know what? I wonder if there's a quick way to check other servers other than making your own character and going there. There is. There's a site called WoW Auctions. And you can go on, you just put in your realm and the thing that you want to look for, and it searches the auction house and looks for it and gets the last price. And I think that database is updated pretty frequently, and yeah, so I ended up getting a thing that was selling for 40,000 gold on my server for 1,500 gold on an oceanic server.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that site out. What is it called?
It is wowauction.us.
Wowauction.us.
US.
Cool.
And this is just for retail, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Melter says hi, by the way. He's lurking because
Hello.
he's busy playing Palia. And it's like,
Oh, yeah.
we've played Palia, but yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't
we
care for
didn't
it.
like Palia that much, but, you know, I can see why you would. I thought it was just Sims, you know, open world Sims, and I was like, man, I already have the Sims. It's fine.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yep, it's just retail. I went to their main page to see if I could see if they have. They may have a. Well, let's see. Classic WoW token. WoW Auction US. No, that looks like it's just. Well, you can't really switch servers in the same way on Classic anyway. So yeah, they probably don't need to.
Okay.
Anyway,
Have you? Are you on the planet now,
Yeah.
or? Okay.
yeah, I'm down on the planet. I'm down in the main area. I should have your new
Yeah.
transmog armor.
Melter's comment about Palia is it's okay to pass time. To be honest, I've played more interesting games, but I don't want high maintenance games all the time. And it's like, yep, I can agree.
I agree. It looked perfectly fine, and I just didn't. I didn't feel a draw to do anything that wasn't already available in my Sims game.
Yeah.
That's all. It had nothing to do with the game itself. It looked perfectly fine. I thought it looked enjoyable, and I enjoyed playing it a little bit while we did play it. It's simply just, it feels like the same experience as The Sims to me, and I already have that, and
Yeah.
and
I think the
it doesn't
comment-
cost me anything or take up more room on my hard drive. That's all.
Yeah, the comment you and I both made was that it was marketed as a MMO, and
Yeah.
it's like, no, not really.
Yeah, this isn't really an MMO. No, it
Yeah,
isn't.
I
I mean,
suppose.
it is, but it isn't. It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
You can partner up with other people. It's like Sims Online wanted to be, right?
right. Yes.
So, and
And
just
I never
wasn't.
tried playing Sims
Sims
Online. So
Online. Sims Online was a mess, dude. It was a mess. All it was people sitting around. It was a chat room where people built their Sims skills together.
right,
That's all.
right. So Melter calls it a tiny MMO, and I would call it a tiny HMO, as in hundred multi online.
It was
No,
fun.
I kind of like the artwork, and I like the world and everything that was in.
Yeah.
It was it was cutie, right? It's like cutesy kind of style to it and everything, and it's like, yeah, this is neat. But
I liked it. If you had young kids, it would be a good game to play with them.
yeah. Although I dragged my kids kicking and screaming into World of Warcraft, so hey.
Yeah. If you just like that art style, it's a good game to play. It's a perfectly good game. It just
Yeah.
didn't appeal to me for the reasons I already said. And
No,
I don't wanna
that's
be-
cool.
I don't judge anybody for their video game. All video games are good for somebody, and they all make your brain better. So
Yeah.
who cares?
I thought it was interesting, the guy that was trying to guide us through the game, and it's like we were online together, and this person must have picked up that we were streaming it, and my guess is that they probably were from the company that actually developed the game.
Yeah, I did feel like that.
Yeah, because they
he was
jumped in
really-
and they were like, "Oh, you do this and you do that and you do something." It's like, dude, we want to figure this out on our own. Thanks,
Yeah, they were probably just really thrilled that somebody was streaming it. even
Well,
if it
yeah,
was
that's true,
somebody that
too. I
Didn't have a
mean-
lot of followers, at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So
I mean, if it were,
Anyway,
if
whatever.
it was
That's
actually
fine.
a game that I'd be interested in, I'd be, streaming the hell out of it. But yeah, it didn't seem to be
I have a
anything.
video game that I need to finish, which is called Lake, which is basically a soap opera game.
Ooh.
It is a lady who comes back to her town to take over her dad's veterinary practice when he gets sick, and then she ends up falling in love with some dude and whatever.
Oh.
Like it is a soap opera game. That is all it is. It is nothing but just a soap opera. That's it. And
Well,
I'm like, I hope
so
somebody
you-
gets murdered. I hope it's like a good soap opera. I just
So
haven't.
the choices that you make then alter the storyline. Is that what happens?
I don't know. I haven't gotten far enough into it yet.
Okay.
So,
All right. I'll give you that.
I don't
That's
really
cool.
know. I'm
Okay.
down here in the first area.
Oh,
I'm in
okay.
the,
I had a quest up on top, a quest in Quesh up on top. So I ran around to the building where I had the quest. I guess I'll come back out and meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't finished that quest. It's still there. I see you someplace. Where are you? You're not on my map any longer.
I'm in the main area. I'm right in the main area as you get off the elevator.
Oh, okay. Well, that's got to be back here then.
No, I'm right here. Is
No.
that you on the 4-cylinder whatever?
Yeah,
4-engine thing?
Yeah, I'm coming back to where the elevator is. I was
Okay.
down around the corner.
I was actually farther out. I just thought I can't see you on the map anywhere.
Was that you?
There you are.
On the sled? Okay. Here. You probably couldn't find me
It is
because I was in the
me.
building.
It is I. Okay, I've got 2 quests that I need to do here. I got my class quest that has to be done through this door. And then we have a planetary quest.
Okay, I have a individual quest that is in that room down the hall or down the street here. And
Yeah,
so
but we've got ones that are right in this area.
okay,
Like
go
right
ahead.
here. Literally right here. So
Okay.
come this way.
Well, I was literally
way.
right there before you came.
This
so there.
way. Oh, man. Darn it. Well, I couldn't see you on the map anywhere. Silly thing. See the big blue door?
No, it's not blue for me. It's red. So
Red?
go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now it's
it should be
blue.
Now it's blue. blue. Now it's blue. Boo, boo, boo. Now it's blue.
I'm just gonna chase you until I run
If
you
the
over.
canisters were damaged, the
Oh, this
bowsprit
dude.
gas will eat both flesh and
Yeah.
circuits. You understand, my toy?
Canister damage
Yes.
plus
Now
thunk
clean it
stuff
up
equals yuck.
and incinerate the bodies. They're contaminated now.
Bodies? Bodies should not be part of your scientific work, dude.
Well, it could be, depending upon the type of
Could be.
scientific work you're doing.
Administrator Quesh,
Probably
I'm here to
shouldn't
inspect
be.
your security. I'll need full access and samples of these chemicals.
I see. I wish you'd given me a few days' notice. This is a very delicate operation.
Yeah, it looks like it. People just
Imperial
die right and
intelligence
left.
doesn't work at your convenience.
Ooh,
That
you
is
tell her.
quite clear to me. 07, fetch, now.
Go get him.
You'll
Go
have
get
your
my
samples
things.
presently. Unfortunately, I'm out of Dimalium-6. The Republic seized that chem mine some time ago, and their transports are under guard.
Your only job is to supply the Empire with chemicals. And you can't even do that.
Blame your moth. Or pay a visit to Chem Mine Delta yourself.
What do you say about my moth?
I've done my best to sate your people's appetites for hallucinogenic tea, mind eaters, or what have you. I think you'd appreciate it.
He's the chemical supplier. He helped them change you. Are you going to
I
let
will
him go
shoot him in the face
unpunished?
later.
Operative?
Your help is appreciated, Administrator.
Very
Ooh.
well. I must return to my work.
Well, I want him to
If we
finish my
understand
chemicals.
correctly, we're going after a Republic mining transport. The conflict never seems to end.
Yeah, he's always got such pithy things to say.
Yes. Bug boy.
What does the rest of your bug crowd think about all of it? Okay, now we gotta go down to this place and return to the moth that we did stuff for. Right through this door? Yeah. I think, yes, up the stairs. Down the ramp. Up the ramp. Hey, speeder trainers.
Or speeder trainers with nothing to do.
Yep.
Oh, did I tell you that our rental house blew up the other day?
No,
Plumbing.
you didn't.
Plumbing. So.
Oh, well. That's, I mean, it's better than the other kind, I suppose.
Yep, yep.
The mines are poisoned. The Republic's running scared.
Excellent work. You also did a fine job raising their emplacements. My forces will have no trouble cleaning up your scraps. Our next move is to hit the Republic again. Hard.
Big boy.
Grog the Hut
Send
is
him in,
here.
quickly.
Yeah.
They have such good names.
Grag is a leader of the Hut Cartel.
Greg.
He keeps repulsive company, but he's
I need to
proven
name
a
a battle
valuable
pet
ally.
Greg.
I can take down the next target without Hut interference.
That
See, I
may
got
be,
myself a
but we can't
face
afford to
mask
turn
to
away
filter
Yeah,
out
I
all
saw
this
that.
just
goofy
yet.
yuck.
He's here to make amends for the three families. A band of venom-sniffing Huts.
They violated the cartel's neutrality to help the Republic's mining operation on Quesh.
Such favoritism deeply upset the Empire. The cartel claimed ignorance and disowned the three families.
I'm sure they took kickbacks from the three families and looked the other way.
You're probably right. To make amends, the cartel sent Grag, one of their finest leaders, to help us punish the three families.
They make my blood boil, those traitors.
Grag, good of you to join us. Allow me to introduce our newest allies on Quesh.
A pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. That's not what I said.
I'm an Imperial agent. I always say that kind of stuff. Unless I need to be scary.
The
I
three
don't watch it,
families won't
slug.
be vulnerable until we sever their
Like
income. Are you
evil
ready
James
to kill these
Bond.
Jedi and cripple the Republic's adrenal production?
Whatever works for you.
Don't get too excited. Grash,
Yeah.
have your army hold the factories. Don't allow the Republic a second's rest.
Don't get too excited.
Cut
No,
down the
definitely
Jedi
not.
defenders. Then either destroy the adrenal production lines or kill the Selkath scientists operating them.
Okay, inquiring minds want to know, do Hutts leave a snail trail wherever they go?
I would
The
think they
scientists
would,
chose the wrong
but they
day to
don't.
show up for work.
They don't in this
If
game.
that's your choice, just don't return until those factories have ground to a halt.
They move more like a snake. Their little, belly muscles kind of.
Yeah, but then you gotta like scrape it off of your boots. Let's see.
Snakes don't leave snail trails, so.
No.
Like
I'm
they
talking
don't.
about.
They don't look like they're slimy like a slug. They actually look more like a legless lizard or a snake.
Okay, I gotta see
They
it.
don't move back and forth, but like they kind of flump forward.
I was looking to see
Yeah.
if these, neither of these armor pieces that I just got are anywhere close to what I have. So yeah.
Yeah, I should actually let me open up my
No, that's okay.
thing.
Don't
No,
worry
I
about it.
should have new armor for us both here pretty soon.
Oh,
I've gotta.
I'll just give you
gotta
your.
arrange these things.
I'll give you your sniper rifle too.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I'm
I
still
gotta-
making the equipment. Let me see here.
You don't want that. You want a sniper rifle. Here we go.
Oh, here's a. Oh, nope, it's bound to legacy. I tried to give you a gift for Mako, but it was bound to my legacy, and I couldn't give it to you.
It's okay.
Oh well, bummer.
I
Okay,
have
let's see.
look to see if there's anything I can. Everything I got in my bag right now is no influence. She is not influenced by any of this crap. I guess I gotta like start influencing my other characters, my other companions. All right, we're gonna go to the other one so I can finish off mine.
Hold on, I'm looking
Holding.
real quick.
Holding.
I have to assign these armors, so just one second. Bracer. Okay. Belt. Okay. Boots. Nope. Gloves. Okay. Gloves. Craft. And headgear. Craft. And then jacket. Craft. And leggings. Craft. And now I need to make some more. I just didn't have any time to get on and do any of this stuff this week at all. Just had way too much work and studying to do, so I'm a little bit behind in what I wanted to get done.
So yeah, story about the rental house. So I have the rental house, which is where I grew up, is my hour and a half south of us, and so I get this bill last week for $500 for plumbing, and it's like, okay, I'll, what's this all about? And there's no explanation other than the fact that they replaced the shower valve and all that. And it's like, oh, my guy doesn't want to stop dancing. He's just dancing fool. And so, anyway, where's the other?
We're going up the road to the other thing that's up ahead.
Okay. guess I'll do mine later.
You don't have one in town there.
Yeah, I
It's
do.
just ahead. No?
Yes.
Where? All right,
Back in the
let's
building.
go to it. Show me where.
There was one back in the...
It's not on the map.
Okay. It was on the map when I first got there. And I went in, and then I backed out. So... it was in one of these rooms on the side of this location. Remember I told you I had to come all the way back to get you? That's because I was in this room right here. And now it's not even showing on my map.
Because we just did it.
That was the same one?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Endorsement. Mine is still showing here. Where is it? We're on Quesh. It says here, adrenal appropriation. Acquire adrenal samples.
Yeah, that's a side quest, and it's not here. It's in the world.
Okay.
Acquire from the shipping crates located within the Addis Station testing facility.
No. Hang on a second. It's a different one. Endorsement is what I've got. I have to talk to Peyton Swoll. He's a biomechanical corporation sent me. And, yeah, let's see. Where is he now? Because...
Adrenal synthesis?
Nope. I've got one. It's called...
what's the name?
It's called Endorsements. It's a class quest for me.
Yeah, it's right up the road where I was headed.
Okay.
That's where we were going.
All right, never mind.
That's where we were headed. That's the place where we were going. We were headed out like a baby. Like a tree and leaf. Make it like a baby and head out. Do 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 do. Whee! I actually got to raid this last weekend.
Oh, and SWTOR?
No, WoW.
Oh, okay.
It sucked though because I had fun, but I didn't win a single piece. Like not one. There was like 15 different things that I qualified to roll for, and I didn't win a single one of them.
Well, it was just the luck of the draw, unfortunately.
Sadness, dude, sadness. I got a good piece out of the vault at the end of the week, so it was fine, but hopefully I can do a little bit better DPS this coming week. I will. I downloaded a talent mix for every different boss so I can learn better how to use my skills for the...
So I got my mage up to level something. 57? No, 77? Excuse me. And he actually did a... I actually had him do a level 3... what do they call them? Delves? So, yeah, it worked out pretty well because now I opened up level 4s. So I can take my 80s.
Apparently, everybody's saying that things get way, way more difficult when you get to 70, but I didn't notice. I didn't notice a transition. You know, when you're going from 69 to 70 and you get into the current content, people are saying that it's suddenly
what I think happened...
What's worse, and I haven't noticed.
So the Dragonflight content was done. They kind of backed off on the difficulty of it, so that must be what they were talking about, because they didn't have necessarily the mobs being more difficult or anything in Dragonflight. It's regular. It's the way it usually is. So this must be yours, right?
No.
Because I didn't have to touch anything, and the screen's open for me, so I could go in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Go on in.
All right. Well, no, it's not. So I can't get through there.
Shit. I hope I didn't screw it up. Hold on. Maybe that one was mine. I hate the way this map just doesn't seem to ever work properly. Like, it just seems to always be so confusing about what the hell is going on.
Well, it doesn't show that there's any objective in here. It says we need to leave.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, let's get outside.
So I guess we just blew stuff up for fun. Kapow, kapow.
Oh, no, we still gotta go in there. Oh, okay. I think it'll probably reset. Oh, God. I remember having trouble with this.
Well,
on
let me...
my bounty hunter.
Alright, now I can come back in, I guess?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's no... I didn't see anything showing there's no entrance. So it's not instanced. And there's still nothing showing.
Quest text. Read your quest text and...
For what?
See what it says. Just because you have to read it all
No.
the time, dude.
For
That's
what?
where the
Which quest are we on?
It's yours. I don't remember what the name of it was. It's not in my code. I don't know what it's called. Okay, the door's open again. Sorry. That was my fault. I remember this quest. There's something funky that has to happen. There's a ventilation override console here.
But there's nothing that I can touch.
What is your class quest called?
My class quest is called I need to speak to Peyton Swoll. It's called Endorsement.
Peyton Swoll? How do you spell that? Smell that?
S-W-O-L-E. Swoll.
Okay.
So the only other quest, I have two quests on here, Adrenal Shutdown and Adrenal Appropriation. Those are the two planet quests.
The
and then
screen
I have,
keeps reloading every single time I switch screens, that's a setting that you have to click, and I don't remember what the heck. All right, we're in the wrong area, I think.
Okay.
Ugh.
Where do we go
so
through?
Upsetting.
Okay. We'll exit.
Is this it down the hallway here?
Can't get there. Bonk.
My screen keeps reloading. Every time.
The area we haven't been in is this way.
Yeah, I don't know if we're in the right place. This is a quest. There is a quest in here for something, and I remember it's a massive pain in the ass because you gotta get inside and then hit the door thing to close the door in here, and then run over to close the other little panel right away. And in short, I think it's something completely else, and it's not actually your quest area. So, gotta get outside, look at the map a little deeper. Maybe use the thing. I don't know. Oh wait, it does say that the thing is back there. The map does show that it's through that door.
Because I don't see anything on my map at all.
You don't see a green little thing that shows...
Well, it depends on the map. Hang on. I show an exit that says to Quesh. That's the only thing I've got.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Alright, never mind. Let's just go. There is something... I think there is a... I think that little area is a... whatchamacallit? Holocron. I think it's a Holocron challenge back there.
Okay. Well,
So I think this is the wrong door for your thing. So.
Well,
Yep,
yeah,
that's the
my
wrong door.
thing's
All
not
right.
even showing up around here.
Well, it does help to have that that map open up a little bit so we can actually see what the hell we're doing. Why? Why would I go in that direction? It's so weird. Every time I come to this planet, I remember why I don't like it. Hey, there's a lore thing here.
Got a lot of grumpy animals chasing me.
Yeah, just wanna look at the lower thing, silly animals. Thing, lower thing, lower thing, lower thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that thing is it's an adrenal challenge, I think. Adrenal. Holocron. You know, there's a holocron in there somewhere, I think.
Okay.
I remember getting it on the other server and I was like, what? What?
Well, when you went in,
closing?
in that side, I was like, that's not. The arrow on the map is pointing to the left.
Oh, I see. We need to go around this little road here.
Right. And that's where I'm headed.
Yeah. We gotta go around on the road.
Do we have to go
around on the road.
up the
on
ramp?
The little road, up the ramp. Gotta go around on the road.
There we go. There it is.
Yep, through the door. There it is. Yay! Ooh.
So
Excellent.
you're my hunter? Yes. Yes, I see it now. The pictures don't do you justice.
Yeah.
Excuse my manners. Peyton Swole, Director of Galactic Relations.
He's Peyton Swole.
Yeah, it sounds like a
doesn't
guy
look
out
that
of
swole.
your. It sounds like a guy out of your soap opera game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. He doesn't
They
look
tend to
that
have
swole,
that
though.
effect on people.
You'll be a natural, I'm sure. We can discuss the terms of contractual partnership in my office. This way, please.
He looks like one of the characters that's going to run for office, but he's, you know, having an affair with three
Make
of the
yourself
ladies on the show.
comfortable. May I offer you anything?
Make yourself comfortable. May I offer you anything?
I was feeling a little parched.
Valerie, send in a refreshment cart. Spare no expense.
Oh, little dudes.
Ah.
This is a class
Why
quest. Do
are
you want
these
me to
things
help you
always
murder
too good
these
to be
guys, or
true?
you want to murder them on your
Agent
own?
I'll
Dahl,
murder them. I'll
Strategic
do it.
Information Service.
All right, no problem.
Placing you under arrest for the murder of Jedi Master Kellyan Jarro and the destruction of the Republic cruiser Aurora.
If you got a problem, take it up with my employer.
We plan to, after you clarify a few things. Cooperate, and you might not spend the rest of your life behind bars.
You spared my life. The courts will take that into consideration if you come peacefully. Do we have to do
Oh,
this
that
again?
Jedi that you murdered.
Relieve the bounty hunter of weaponry.
And you didn't murder the
Cautiously.
kid. That was a
They're a
mistake.
tricky bunch.
I know that too well, Master.
It's something I would have done. Being nice to the
I'm gonna
kid.
pretend this never happened. I suggest you do the same.
Don't let him escape.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be over here filing my nails.
Oh, they still got one on the back. I didn't even see him. Come here, Agent. Agent Dahl. All right, are they all dead now? Good.
Da-da-da-da.
You've only made matters worse for yourself.
Let's see.
You forced this outcome.
I doubt a jury would agree.
I can't believe this was all a setup.
I was just getting used to the idea of being a household name.
Oh, who wants to be on Stimpaks anyway? You're already famous where it counts, right? Uh-oh, looks like a Das Corp security's going on full alert.
I'm way above their pay grade.
Okay, I gotta change my screen mode, so just
Okay.
for a moment.
So I've got
while I reload.
It says I need to. Oh, we got these guys. I got to kill a bunch of people to get out of here.
Okay, I'll be right with you.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, those Jedi are so smooth.
I'm sitting there, I dinged 54, and it's like, wait a second, I still got one guy still alive. I can't stop fighting.
My screen hasn't come back. I've got to reload my client.
All right, I'll wait. I think I finished off all these guys anyway, so.
Be right back.
Acquire adrenal. Oh no, that's the appropriation. All right, so it says here I'm supposed to go back to my ship, so I'll do that later. Endorsement. So I'll do that after you reload everything.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what's going on.
No worries.
It just said, bleh.
I'm gonna go outside and hang out.
Oh, come on. No.
Having difficulties?
I am, but remember this is a brand new computer for me, so I'm still tweaking things.
Now, did you get the MSI? Is that the?
I did, yeah.
Okay, I was looking at those, the recommendations from Tom's Hardware, and that was one of the ones that was recommended, I think.
Huh? Yeah, it's been a really good machine so far. It's interesting because I got. Hold on a second. Gotta log in. Can't do that and talk at the same time.
That's okay. It's like walking and chewing gum for me.
Yeah, no.
I trip over my wad of gum.
Yeah, me too. I got one without the keypad. So the keyboard takes up the whole thing and I don't have like a number pad. Which I'm not sure I'm happy about because I don't think I noticed it. But that's okay. I mean, I can type by touch. I don't even have to look at the screen, so I mean, I don't have to look at the keyboard or anything. It's fine. I don't need the number pad.
Yeah,
So
typically.
I had 10 key by touch back in the day, so I don't need to look at any of it, but I can type the numbers from the number row. It's just a little less convenient.
If I'm doing
pin
just
codes.
if I'm doing just the 10 key thing, I can do that, and I touch type anyway too, so that's not a big deal. But I know that getting wifey set up, she's like, oh, I don't want a full-size keyboard because they're so big and they take up all the space and everything. And she has a laptop, and I ended up refreshing one of my old laptops, which for her purposes is absolutely fine because she just does stuff like Facebook and Excel spreadsheets and stuff like that on it. It's like, okay, this is going to be functional. You're not playing games and everything. So
I usually hand my computer over to Kurt when I'm done with it because he's the same on the laptop. He doesn't do any gaming on it or anything. Yeah, but my one died this last time and screwed up my plan.
So yeah, I've got it up and running, but she wanted a different keyboard. So we tried one. I said, okay, there's basically 3 different sizes for keyboards, right? You know, I said you can get one that doesn't have any extra keys. It's just the keyboard, like a typewriter keyboard, but it doesn't have number of keys and doesn't have arrow keys and stuff like that. Well, she used that for like a week and she didn't like it. She goes, it's mechanical, it makes noise, I don't like it. It's like, oh, okay, you're not a gamer.
Yep.
We will fix that. So then it was like, well, I could get you a 3/4 size keyboard, and she's like, oh, let me just get one for myself, and she never did. She's the kind that's like, I'll do it myself, and then she never does. And then she complains all the time about what she does have, and it's like, would you stop complaining? Let me just get a replacement. Well, when I retired, the company didn't want my keyboard and stuff back. They just said, hey, you know,
you can have your stuff.
Yeah, keep your damn keyboard, your monitor and stuff. So I'd forgotten that I had the keyboard sitting in the closet, and it's like, okay, here it is. So I just gave her my old keyboard, which is a full-size Microsoft keyboard. Nothing special, but it'll work. Exactly what she wants.
So there's a thing up here, adrenal synthesis factory shutdown.
Adrenal appropriation.
Both of ours.
Oh, okay, I see it. Oh, hi guys.
I don't know what we need to do up here, but we have a marker, so it's something. Oh, is it these canisters? I don't know.
When you are.
Nah, need to find what we need to do. Oh, it's over across the way. See the door over there?
No.
Across the way.
Since I finished killing people, I'll take a look.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, there it is, the green door. Behind the green door.
Behind the green door. Oh, I got dismounted.
The Jedi I'm gonna pound on over here.
Punch him right in the face. Got that cool punch.
Well, I'm not punching. Oh, and he heals himself. That's inappropriate.
That's inappropriate.
I'm so offended by you healing yourself.
That's inappropriate
You Jedi
behavior.
just don't know what is appropriate.
Okay, did you go in the building?
Nobody teaches you any manners. Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm going to teach you manners.
So,
we learn manners
let's see, I'll take these
in
guys
hunter
on the
etiquette
right.
school. Bounty hunter etiquette school.
Yes, we're a polite bunch. We read Emily Post.
That's right. Alright. So, let's go downstairs. Oh, there's more scientists down there. An elevator boss.
Way down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we probably shouldn't.
I was going to say, is there a button to push? No, there isn't. Okay.
It'll just be here at a certain point. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Bane Death 1 says, jump.
Nope. No,
like,
we don't do the elevator boss. No.
No, that's why we call it elevator boss. It's like, we do not do that.
Star Wars has a ton of elevator bosses in it, man. Like,
yeah, or we have done that and we know better. One of the two, I don't know. Okay, we got everybody down here.
I'll join you in a second. I have to go take something away from a cat. I'll be right back.
Okay, go take something away from the cat. How you doing, Bane? Let's see, I'll just start counting up things here while she's gone. Oh,
I
look.
had a cat.
Oh.
Cat that's going, I have a cat that's going...
Cool.
She was over there just playing with some plastic, like, I'm playing with plastic. I'm gonna eat it.
Sit.
Not turd. Valera has had cat laryngitis all week. We gotta take
Eating
her
the
to
cat
the vet.
litter? You?
Nope. No, I didn't say that.
What did you
What are you
say?
talking about?
Yeah.
She has laryngitis.
Oh, laryngitis. It is.
What? No, she's not
Sounded like
eating
you
the
said
litter.
something about eating her kitty laryngitis or something
No.
like that.
No, I was worried she was going to eat the plastic tube. But no, she's been... We don't know what the problem is.
She's
She
psycho.
sounded a little better. She does sound... She is psycho. I mean, she's
Yeah, most cats are psycho.
normal for them. She's, her little voice, it's gotten better. I think I still want to take her to the doctor eventually, but, it's gotten better, but she was going like that. Like, oh my god, what is wrong with you, dude?
I didn't notice there was something purple shining off of this guy. There we go. Alright. What was that? Nothing of value to me. Oh, probably just,
It's a prosperity token. 'Cause it's
yeah.
prosperity right now.
Oh, no. Are we going the right way?
Yeah, there's guys to kill up here.
Oh, okay. I thought, oh, we go around the corner in order to get the
Yeah.
and stuff.
Gotta go gotta go down the ramp that circles the hole. The
More
walkway around the whole building. Prosperity.
My jump was on cooldown, so I pulled him.
Nice.
We gotta go over the... Might as well kill everything, right? It's all XP to me.
It's all XP and loot.
Always set off fireworks.
Oh, there's a gold cell cat scientist. He's a premium scientist.
Packed a little bit of a punch, too. Wow. Oh, definitely. I just burn stuff to death first, and it takes longer for it to burn than it does for her to fire off a pew pew pew. Bane says, I think Peep is killing faster than you. And it's like, yeah, she does.
Yeah, the agent's area of fire spell is pretty beefy. We need to find one more scientist to kill. Or I do. I don't know if you have them all.
I got one more I need to kill, too.
Okay.
But where could they be hiding? There was a room back in the other place I don't think we went into.
Where?
Was it up here or downstairs? I don't think it was up there.
Yeah, because we went into that one, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. There might be one
We might
downstairs.
just have to wait for respawn.
I've never run into that. Okay.
It's
Doesn't
probably
appear to be,
respawns upstairs.
doesn't appear to be any location down here. You need to kill 6 of these guys, but we're only going to give you 5 of them.
Yeah, it happens. to wait for a respawn. Wait for a respawn. Burp.
All right.
Get on the really long elevator and make some crafts. Oh no! You missed it.
Yes, it is. I don't think I'll stand there and have the door crush me. Gotta wait for the elevator again.
There's an upstairs from down here that we could go up. They're upstairs.
Okay, I'll be there
What it is.
as soon as I can get up there.
Yep. I'm gonna see about making.
You know, old habits die hard. Bane says, "Oh, you can stand under the elevator," and it's like, no. I don't remember what game it was. I got crushed, but it's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna pass.
Yeah.
So, are they upstairs from here?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna send.
Oh, here's a group. Hi guys, what's going on? And these guys are all just. Oh.
Gonna get it now.
Okay. Got a Jedi protector over here. I'm gonna pound on too. And everyone else is just gonna watch.
And that. Almost got our armor finished. If I don't do it now, I will not do it ever. Because I have too much work to do this week.
Which what? Who where?
I'm getting armor.
Bane's like, they were like, he shot his fire at us. It's like, yeah, that happened. All right, you got credit for that last one, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
yeah.
good. All right, so we can
Second.
exit.
1 second.
I'm waiting.
We're trying to make our armor. Armor.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Bane. I appreciate that. You have a good day playing too.
What is going on here?
What's our other server? We're not on Starforge here. We're on what's the new server? The Pan Pacific one?
We're on Shea Vizsla.
Yeah, Shea Vizsla. So that's this one, but I don't think we're on Starforge on the other one either. The old server where we had all the rest of our characters. Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Satil Shan.
Ah, Satil Shao. Okay. It was one of those things.
I don't understand what is going on here. It's not letting me go. It's not letting me do a thing I need to do.
Okay. We did.
These guys.
Oh, well, I've got Bane S23 on Starforge, and it's like, yeah, I get that. I've got a ton. I've got a ton on our other server, Shea Vizsla.
No, Shea Vizsla is the one we're on now.
Yeah, now we only have.
Our other server is Satil Shan.
Yeah, Satil Shan, we've got a bunch. I did my legacy stuff out on Satil Shan, so I've got anything and everything. I stream on Satil Shan on Thursdays, so that's when I pull all the rest of those characters out. But I've got two characters here on this server, and then that's it. Where are we headed? You know, Peep?
Well, it's break time. So,
Oh, is it? You want a break?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just take a break.
Okay. Up. And
We should be okay just in the doorway here.
yes, we're going to take a break, and we will be back in a flash. Hang in there. Thank you. We'll be back in a flash. Well, we haven't timed ours, and it kind of depends on whether I'm running slow or not.
No, I just thought I'd mention it because the other night somebody mentioned it was like in the raid leaders ad.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to manage all the settings. You can make the breaks different lengths, and
oh, okay.
I was like, somebody said, "Oh, 8's kind of an interesting number," and they were like, "Yeah, 5 minutes ain't really long enough, and 10 minutes is too much, so we just trimmed it to 8, and it seems to be perfect."
Yeah, that seems to work out okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I could put a timer on our break and make it 8 minutes. And
yeah, I don't know. I don't even know I didn't even know if you had a timer. So we have a thing behind us. You want to go back that way?
Sure. I don't know what. Let me pull up the other map.
It's the planet. It's the little. Remember, we got the little quest on the data pad that was kind of laying on the ground that the animals were sniffing.
Oh, okay. Is that
last
this
time
in here?
I think that's what this one is. Steal some adrenal samples from the public. Are we back on?
Yes, we're on.
Sorry. I had to take care of one of my for running long. I had to make coffee, and then one of my little animals has been sick, so I need to make sure that he's okay. And
oh no, that's okay. Oh, here are all the adrenal things.
He's doing much better, by the way. He's the antibiotics are helping clear up that skin infection, so
yeah, just like me. Oh.
if you haven't, I don't know if it's the people that follow us here or the people that follow us on Sunday, but basically our dog got really, really sick with an immune problem. And he's just been through the ringer. He had a blood transfusion and with all these terrible medications.
Yeah, it's been kind of rough.
Ended up having
it's been a rough month.
It's been very rough for my dog. He says, "Don't make jokes," or at least don't do it so loud because I'm sleeping. But his Kurt's mother made him a special little coat, recovery coat.
Oh yeah.
We just couldn't find anything that had a tall collar that would fit him because he's kind of shaped like a tube that's a little bit lighter at the time, and he just wiggles out of every piece of clothing or harness that we ever get. We finally found a harness that's a little coat that you can wrap around him so he can't wiggle out of it. But anyway, so we needed to have this skin infection covered up, and we couldn't. Well, I did finally find a little hoodie that fit him that covers it all up, and so we got 2 of those. But then Kurt's mom sewed one out of really light, gauzy cotton material, and it's super light, fits him perfect because she got his measurements from us, and it fits him great.
That's
and
cool.
He's so comfortable in it, and we took all sorts of pictures, and I was like, well, clearly, grandmas are magic, so,
It's nice to have grandmas.
That's what this is about, really, at the end of the day. It's the fact that Grandma made it that makes it so good.
Unfortunately, I haven't had a grandma since the 70s.
That's sad, man. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's just, hey, it's life.
Kurt's folks are pretty ancient, too. I mean, his dad is sadly gone a couple years ago. But his mother is, she's in her early 80s and she is just doing great.
Yeah, we've had a lot of, unfortunately, we've had a lot of death in the family recently, so.
Yeah, you have. You had quite a bit going on.
Yeah, actually. My aunt passed away, and that was my mom's youngest sister.
We gotta loot these barrels.
Oh, the barrels?
Mm-hmm.
You need to. I don't have them.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is what I have. These are the barrels I have to pick up for the guy that killed all those guys and told the robot to pick up the bodies.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what
I'll
it
clean
is.
house. You can pick up barrels.
Barrels. Samples,
It's all
please.
a barrel of fun. What is you?
Boop.
There we go. Might as well kill these guys underneath everything.
I only need 2 more. Then we'll be good.
That's okay. Murder!
Murder, 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 murder.
Alright.
There we go.
There's something I can scan here. ATM.
I gotta get into my bag and combine the chemicals. Oh, no, I have to go inside the place to use the machine to combine the chemicals.
Okay, I'll be there in a flash. I just need to kill the rest
Murder
of these
these guys.
guys. Yeah, I just need to kill the rest of them.
I just need to real quick murder these guys and I'll be right with you.
Alright, I'm ready to go in.
Okay, did you get all their heads?
I got all their heads in. Ever since I found that shrunken head serum, it's worked out really well. Shrink them all and
Carry them all.
yeah, they all fit in my
Is it
fanny
like
pack.
the bounty hunter version of like the bobblehead guys?
Yeah, like I said, they fit in my fanny pack and it's all good, you know.
They're Funko Pops for bounty hunters. People come in and you show them your collection.
Yeah.
That's this little guy I killed on Quesh.
What?
Look at his little gun. Isn't he cute?
Want to see a head?
Gross, dude.
Yeah, it's a great opening statement at bars, you know. Go into the cantina. Hey, want to see some head?
Watch your exes talking to me.
Should be like Beetlejuice, where, you know, he's all shrunken and everything, and his head's, he's talking, and his head's like yakking at you. The original Beetlejuice when he was sitting on the bench.
Mm-hmm. With the weird people sitting next to him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a
Yep.
family, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I thought it was just like a dude and a lady.
Jeff Daniels and I forget who played the wife, the mom.
That's funny. I haven't seen the new one yet.
Oh,
I
neither
don't go
have
to
I.
the theater anymore.
So I saw
The
something that
theater
was interesting.
experience is pretty rotten for me, so I don't go anymore.
They were advertising what looked almost like a sequel to Forrest Gump the other day. I was like, oh, this looks interesting. It was Robin, I forget what the actress's name was, Robin something, and Tom Hanks. And it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting. But it's going to be, it looks like it's like a holiday movie, so it's out, one of those warm and fuzzy things. It'll
Right.
be out for Thanksgiving.
Okie doke. We'll have to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we gotta go turn in our little adrenal quest here somewhere. Ah! Captain Frangipani.
Did you find it?
Yep, right here.
Oh, there it is. Captain Franges? Phalanges?
Have the formula samples? Oh, please tell me you have them.
Exactly what are you offering me?
Yes, here. My command's entire recreational spending allocation. Please excuse me. I should really see to securing these.
Drug addict.
He's a strange little guy.
he's a junkie, man.
Yeah,
That's
no
why
kidding.
He's
Give me some more adrenals.
I mean, I would get him bumped to some other duty, but he's already kind of on the worst planet, so.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else we could do to make his life bad at this point. Don't do drugs, or we'll send you to a horrible place. Oh, wait a minute.
Just say no.
You're already in a horrible place.
But it's the only fun I ever have.
Denver cops that they crash cars and stuff. You crash your car too many times, they'll send you to the airport to work.
Oh, okay. Because they figure you can't do any damage at an airport?
Yep. So he must have screwed up somewhere, and some moth was like, send him to Quesh. There's nothing you can do to hurt anybody there. Just keep him out of our hair.
Well, obviously his drug rehab didn't work too well.
No. I don't know if the Imperial military has any rehab facilities. I suspect they probably just shoot you in the face if they're not going to demote you.
They rehab. You get one chance, and that's it.
Rehab is called. I'm just trying not to go in the water. I'm not doing anything particularly sensible here.
I was going to say, why are we going this way?
I'm avoiding mobs. That's all. I'm just avoiding mobs.
I don't think the mobs. I don't think the mobs are actually strong enough to pull us off the armor anymore. Off the vehicle. Oh, he says that and gets pulled off. Excuse me while I take care of this prowler.
You're gonna get it now.
Yeah, I think it probably depends on the soft-heartedness of your superior officer. How much patience they have, you know. If you're really a messed up dude and they're kind of nice, feel sorry for you, they just send you somewhere like Quesh.
Well, I would say it's like,
way.
if you're of value of any kind, we'll keep you alive. Otherwise, we'll just space you, dude, at the nearest opportunity. Can you go take a look and see what's going on in the cargo bay? You're gone.
Yes. And then they write it up as an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ensign Junkie had an accident in the cargo bay. Well, he was on the drugs, and so...
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
That happens with those junkies.
Accidents happen with those junkie kind of guys, so yeah, I don't know. Now I got Elvis Costello's accidents will happen in my head.
Yeah. Okay, this is obviously... Oh, there he is. Moth. What's up, Moth?
We did your stuff, Mothman.
I just spoke with Greg. He said you shut down the factories and the fight's under control. Well done. Without adrenals or their Quesh venom supply, the Republic is finally vulnerable. We must hit the three families with everything we have.
Slay the Hutt slime. Their secrets die with them. The Republic can't process Quesh venom.
And they'll be pushed to the brink of galactic war. All we must do is kill the leaders of the three families.
Hutts make easy targets.
No one is better equipped for the job. We'll prepare for your operation immediately.
Fill your entire...
Wake Portho the Hutt from whatever adrenal-addled haze he's drowning in.
Eyepiece, I mean, you can't miss him. It's like shooting an elephant or something. Too bad my computer's just upped security. There's no getting past the front door now.
Prove your worth, Portho. There must be another entrance.
Well, I suppose there is one thing we could try. My chef and advisor, Novrin Kell, says we could smuggle a small group past security. They're strong enough for huts. You'll be knocked out cold. Oh, they're going to give me, yeah. So they're going to give me some drugs. Probably the same stuff the guy at the last stop had.
Mess around with me and your history.
It's the truth. Hut's
We'll
honor.
take your recommendation under
Hut's
advisement,
honor.
Portho.
That's like
Use
luck
your
of the Irish.
adrenals. When you awake, you'll be the only surviving member of the three families. You heard the fool. Either fight through the front or take Portho's adrenals and be smuggled in. Your choice.
Let's just
The hut
go
can
kill
keep his
stuff.
concoction. I'd rather fight on my feet.
Portho gave us schematics on the palace's security. You'll need these EMP charges to scramble the generators shielding the main door.
Excellent. Once you're inside, kill the leaders of the three families, Portho too. Then upload their data on Quesh venom processing to me.
Okay.
You notice the guy that was picking on you when we first took this quest on has done absolutely nothing to offer to help.
No, he's just been bitching and moaning ever since. So it's like, yeah, I'm kind of.
I have armor for you.
Oh,
Come
you
here and trade
do?
me.
Cool.
I do. I have armor, and then I have a transmog set for you. Both.
Oh.
They're both all done.
All right. I will hang, and we'll see what that looks like.
Okay. Okay. This is the DPS set that you need to wear for actual armor. This is your actual equipment.
Oh, I didn't want to do that. Sorry. Okay, so
That's fine. I don't mind.
those.
That's fine. Okay.
Boom.
And then the armor set will come next. So
I'm running out of space
when you're
here
ready.
rapidly.
It's fine. You just equip your stuff, and
I am doing that.
is there somewhere to sell stuff down here?
Probably.
Real quick.
I've got like 5 spaces left in my bag.
There's a bank. There's a bank you can just put your equipment in until you're ready to.
Oh, that's assuming that I actually have space in the bank too.
Well, I think
I
there's
will take care of
probably a
this. Hang
guy
on.
to sell. There's probably a guy to sell stuff too out in the main area. Let me find it. There's got to be somebody, I think.
You desire more power?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, out in this area, there's a. Yep. There's some people that sell modifications that.
A worthy disciple.
You don't want the modifications. There's a stims vendor. All this is from early game when all this stuff mattered. But anyway, the point
Yeah,
is
stims
there's
vendor
people
are-
outside.
Oh,
that you
outside?
can
Okay.
sell.
Well, let me throw this stuff. I'm going to throw the armor set in the bank, so hang on.
Oh, they actually the specialty goods guy has some earpieces that are upgrades.
Oh, cool. All
They're
right.
pretty expensive.
I need to see where you are, though, because I'm not standing there. I'm standing in front of that bank thing. Ba-da-ba-dee-ba-da.
I'm in this tent over here.
Okay.
Let me find you.
Well, I'm back inside, so I'm going to go outside.
Oh, you're inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll lead you over to it when you're done. Hold on.
All
Okay.
right.
Guy over here, this specialty vendor.
Oh,
He's got-
far side. Got him.
He's got earpieces that are pretty good upgrades from the green ones, if that's all you have. If you have a blue one, then it probably won't make any difference.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty
Wow.
expensive.
Yeah, 23,000 credits.
But if you want one, I'll get one for you.
That's okay. Let me take care of the stuff. I was going to sell garbage first. Repair all,
No problem.
sell junk. And that opened up a whole lot of space for me. And I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to open
Bring your
in my
creds back
bag.
anytime.
Let me
No
get that
problem.
open. And I got a couple more armor pieces. Oh, Okay. Those are low level anyway, so let's see. That I can sell.
Here's what I got. Look quick if you want.
Let's see if I want to do this with the ears. 96. A kinetic awareness D chip, a cardio D relay, and a combat D device. See, the problem is like they don't tell you what actually. They're all
Get the one with accuracy.
Accuracy? I see mastery.
Yeah. Mastery should be on all of them, but for secondary stats, get the ones that are accuracy, because that's really nothing else matters except
Plus
mastery
15.
and accuracy. Highest mastery, and then once you get that, get accuracy.
16, 14, 14. Okay, so it looks like the best is 16. Okay. Yes, I'm going to get that one. All right, so I got one up
Bring
there.
your creds back anytime.
Sweet.
I don't need that.
They are expensive, but it should last us a good while.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And I'll sell my other one I don't need anymore. And there you go.
And I will give you your transmog set as soon as you are ready.
Okay.
Ready?
Then we'll see. Yes. Then we'll see what.
Okay.
See what that looks like.
Brand new transmog. Brand new transmog. Brand new transmog.
You just like dressing me up. I mean, what can I say? I'm just your paper doll.
What happened to the pants?
Fine, you don't give me any pants.
I'll find out what happened to him. I think
I could load this, but then I wouldn't have any pants on. That'd be embarrassing.
Says unready. What does that mean?
Unready?
Okay, I don't know.
Has it been finished yet? I want to see what this other headpiece looks like. Oh, nope, didn't want that.
Rasium. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what was going wrong with that. That's really weird. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, are you still talking to the vendor?
No, I'm not. I got my inventory open, though, so now I've closed it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. Weird. I found the pants, though. They just weren't in the slot that I was... Oh! They weren't in the slot I was expecting them to be in. So, hit trade. There you go.
All right, so let's see.
Wee-hoo!
Outfitter. Let's see what I got here. 1, 2... What is that helmet? That's bizarre looking.
Is it weird?
Yeah.
You don't have to use it.
No, but you can see my blue face, which is not, that's okay.
You see
or I could go.
Blue face. You could see a little blue face. You can see your little blue
I don't mind having. I don't mind either one. I think I'll go. Actually, I'm going to go with this one. Let's see what you have to say about it. The following items will become bound to you. Yes, I know that. All right. What do you think of the helmet?
That is, that's some bounty hunter looking stuff right there.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
In fact, that looks a lot like the guy that I had to fight. Remember I was pretending to be that pirate, the red blade?
Yeah, yeah.
That helmet, that looks like his helmet.
It looks like a football helmet.
With teeth.
Yeah, it's got teeth and eyeballs. So it looks like
eyeballs.
It looks like the Nerubians.
Looks like something Monica would like. Monica loves all that teeth and eyeball stuff.
Oh, does she? Okay, cool. We ought to get. She doesn't play the game, does she?
No, she used to. We used to play together. She has children, and they take up a lot of time. So she switched from MMOs to she just plays single player video games now. She may come back to MMOs at some point in the future when the kids are a little older, but for now,
we should talk about inviting her to a stream and just have her on and
just have her talk because she's
yeah,
funny.
That'd be kind of fun.
That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah, we should.
If we do that,
I will.
if we do that, I need to make an icon for her so we have something for her on the stream there. All right.
Yeah, she's funny as hell. She's my bestie, and we used to play in a 5-man group with her and her husband, but then their children started to become a little bit problematic for playing an MMO because, when you have to do things for other people and your children need you, none of us cared. Remember? We were like, yeah, we're fine, go get them. But I think they just felt bad about the constant interruptions with the kids.
Yeah, no, it's all a matter of what stage you are in, and like I started playing a few years after my kids were born, so they were a good 6 or 7 years old when I started playing, and so
when we were playing with them, though, their kids were still like 3 and
yeah, exactly. So
guys.
I brought them on board to play MMOs with me, and they enjoyed the whole dress up aspect of it.
Sure.
And so they still play, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah.
My youngest was asking me last night. He says, "Hey, you want to run some dells together?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can do that." Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah.
Just don't have. It's like trying to find the time because I finished with this, then I got like 2 hours of editing to do afterwards and stuff, and it's like, okay.
Yep, it's crazy. I may be starting a YouTube channel for my genealogy stuff that I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
So I need to talk to you about like I really need an editing solution that's not going to take me all day, because I am not going to be putting in pictures of things. My videos will just be like, "Hi, I'm a genealogist, and this is what we're doing today."
So
and
I have an intro, and it's I recorded the intro music. I got the intro music off of YouTube, so it doesn't get any kind of issues with
the free stuff.
And then I put together the intro slide, and half of it's like a certain length, right? So I forget, it's like 20 seconds total. So 20 seconds of music playing, 10 seconds of, this is Dag's channel kind of thing. And then the last 10 seconds of it, and it's probably shorter than that. I'm probably giving the wrong amount of time, but the last portion of it, I have slides that I have put together, or scenes I've put together that I just attach to the last half of the music, and that's my intro every time. So if I'm playing Star Wars, and I've got a Star Wars intro that gets attached to the second half of the intro scene. I've got
I think what I'll do is I'll have my friend Jim Cooper actually write me a little piece of music.
Yeah,
for the
that'd
thing,
be cool.
because then I can have it. And then because he's wonderful and I love all of his stuff.
He doesn't play kazoo, does he?
He plays everything.
Oh, does he?
I imagine he can.
I may have to
play
get to know this guy.
I don't think there's anything he can't play.
He's
kind of one of those genius people. Like, he plays the piano, he plays the bass guitar, he plays the guitar, he can play he can play the violin, I think. He can play, I don't know. I think he can just play anything that he wants to play, pretty much. So.
I'm here.
Yep, I know. I'm trying to figure out where the generators are that we have to scramble.
They're up above.
Yeah. But he wrote, when I was doing the other podcast, and we had the renew of the podcast that failed, the music that was on the renewal was stuff like this. And it was great because he did those little, do you know what those little thumb pianos are? That they're just little metal keys that you just tweets and they hit the little string
Like
underneath.
the little the kids pianos.
No, they're just they're some pianos, is what they're called. But anyway, they have a very sort of, you know, barnyard, you know, equipment turned into instrument kind of sound.
Yeah.
Anyway, he made those part of the music.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was fantastic. It
See,
was
I'm
so
looking at
original sounding. I might actually just use that one since he already gave it to me.
See, I'm looking for. I had a specific idea in mind for my theme
I see.
music.
We got to use a little tool. Yeah.
And
Well?
it included kazoos. It's like I was going to do something. Yeah, except I don't have any way to record it and do all of that, and it's like, okay,
Yeah,
I wanted to do.
he can do it.
I wanted to do something that had like epic sounding, drum beat to it, and then it just completely fall apart.
That
Yeah,
sounds
turn
perfect,
into like
Jim.
kazoos and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, that'd be kind of a fun way to do it, you know. And it's like,
I can certainly
like,
ask him if he's interested in it.
yeah, think of like a World of Warcraft that just completely devolves into kazoos playing.
Some sort of a
and everything.
kazoo thing.
Yeah, and then something.
That's right up Jim's alley. I don't know if you've seen the, have you seen on my Facebook the Papa Tyrone talks that I keep publishing?
No, I don't think so.
He's
no.
like, okay, you should look, because it's Papa Tyrone is a character that he made up, and he's like, you are the leader. And he's got this, like, Midwest preacher kind of character telling everybody that they're the land, and it's just...
For some reason,
it's
your
a
stuff.
very specific style of humor in it, and
Right.
I think it fits really well with what you're describing. So
Well, yeah, mine's like, you know, the whole idea is like, I am not an expert. I'm not trying to be an expert. I'm just having fun with all of this, and it's like, hey, you know.
nah, Jim's amazing, so he can do anything.
Did you go inside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm coming after.
No, don't. I got too enthusiastic. We still have to blow up the other reactor.
Well, it doesn't show either of them. Oh, I didn't use the tool on the reactor. Hang on, I gotta go blow up the other
Oh, we
one.
each have to do it? Okay.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Because we were standing together, so...
Yeah, I didn't do it. I thought maybe it was just you. There we go.
Well,
Okay, I got the
they
south
change
one.
all the time, whether we both have to do it or only one has to do it. Just randomly changes, and I think I've mentioned before, I asked Devin, who is a computer developer, why is this the case, and he was like, it's probably a decision that's up to the developer team that works on that section of the game.
Yeah.
So
And they just like, yeah, whatever.
there's no
Or you
like
end up with-
standard.
Or you end up with several different people working on the game, and one person does that quest and the other person does another quest, and they're all different how they get put
Yeah,
together,
and
right?
so there's
Yeah.
so there's no standard way to like make these things happen. So.
Yeah, so I was going to say that I don't see your Facebook stuff that often because, hey, you know, it's the algorithms the way they are with Facebook just being really weird.
Yep. Oh, I'm never surprised if somebody doesn't see anything on Facebook because it's broken. It's been broken for a long time.
And they
Soon
don't
as
give a
it's
shit
work-
because they got all of our data anyway.
They got
so
our
it's
data.
like-
They don't care.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're not going to get any more users at this point, so... If we didn't have, if my friends... I have one friend that uses it to communicate with me. And with everybody.
Oh, one of my cousins uses it
to organize all of our friends' social groups.
Yeah, one of my cousins uses it for communication. Then, like, my family is like hit and miss
We
on
just need to
what they
kill
all
everybody
use.
in here.
Some of them use
Right?
it. Some of them are on there. Some of them aren't.
that young people don't care about having 2 billion communication apps on their phone, but I'm tired, sick to death of it. And it's funny because my niece Veronica is 33 now, and she was like, "Nope, I'm done." Even the millennials are getting worn out, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of like in the same boat at this point. I'm really ready to get rid of X.
That was a nice
Twitter.
gun flip. Oh, I haven't touched it since it became X.
Yeah, well, I mean, they tell you, oh, you have to be on Twitch in order to
before the Huts escape.
in order to advertise your stream and stuff and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, if I have to.
Come through the door.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I had to pick something up.
No problem.
But I mean, at this point, it's like the only people that follow me are either people that claim that they're artists or porn.
Bots, robots.
Oh, I've got all these damn.
Now you betray the 3 families. I should feed you
wait,
to my
Delta,
rancor.
you know me. We grew up in the business together. Yeah. Calm down. The 3 families must remain united. Oh, I
He's
don't have to read
talking
that one either.
Pardon me.
Okay.
That's one I like.
Your defenses were pathetic. I hope killing these Huts is more challenging.
You let the scum into our palace, Portho. I'll tear
Silence,
you apart.
If you value your power, bring me the intruders.
I've always wanted to see a Hut fight.
They do a bunch of chest bumps, right?
Yep.
They come up.
That
and
must be it. Bush. Nobody ever actually gets hurt.
blow the
They have
generators.
tiny little hands. Maybe they can do that cartoon slap, like.
Yeah.
Cartoon slap.
Okay. How about we blow that up? That was uneventful.
I'll get the switch on the left, you get the switch on the right.
Okay. I'll get the group on the left, or on the right.
We'll just murder all these guys. Murder, 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 murder. Murder, murder, murder. Kill, kill, kill. Murder, 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 murder.
You know, it's funny. It's like the viewer earlier mentioned. It's like, yeah, Peep, you're just killing stuff a lot faster than you. And it's like, yeah, I am a DOT character. That's why.
Yep.
I gotta burn stuff up first. Ah, big bot.
Robot. Big scary.
It is Robbie.
Robbie, the Republic robot. Oh, he's kind of a chunky robot too. Kind of powerful. Maybe not.
He'd probably make a good mount.
Yeah, it'd be a fun mount. Little battle robot. Battle robot.
Okay. Can we get
Now
rid
the
of
guy's
this guy?
really scared. Look at him, he's like, uh-oh. Shit.
Do we both need to touch that, I guess? Yep.
Yep. Touchy
Okay.
touchy. That's a good
I like
one.
that. Fried hut.
Yep.
Okay, one down.
Ah, we should have battered him first, then we'd have chicken fried hut.
Ew. That's just not appealing.
You fatty? There's no telling what he would have done to me. Master Frawl was the one who uncovered my betrayal. He's a wise Jedi, too smart for his own good. He put the 3 families in charge, then left Quesh a few years ago, and now he's back to drive off the Emperor, or the Empire.
3 families. Where's the 3rd Hutt leader?
Broga, he left right before you arrived. Master Frawl must have sensed your attack and warned him. I'm a smart Hutt. I know Moff Drayson will want me dead, but I'll help the Empire find Broga. I'll even sweeten the deal. Let me live and I'll give you my best adrenals. No.
Enough of your yammering. Die.
Both the same mindset. We don't want your snack.
Don't want your snack, and he just kind of disintegrated into the floor there. Well, they both did.
Yeah, we gotta go do this thing over here.
They didn't leave any remnants behind, which is probably a good thing.
Kabuk. Basically just offered us cocaine to let him live. I'll give you some of my cocaine. No.
Moff Drayson, I'm patched into the Hutt's mainframe.
This is it. Everything the 3 families knew about processing Quesh venom. We can erase the Republic's head start in minutes.
That's good news.
The Empire owes you much. Thanks to you, the Republic is quickly losing control of Quesh. I see you've killed Jilta and Portho. Outstanding. I wish there was time to celebrate, but our fight's not over yet. We have a Hutt on the loose. Broga, the last leader of the 3 families. He escaped before your assault. As if losing that Hutt slime wasn't enough, we have a new problem. A powerful Jedi Master named Baron Fraal just landed on Quesh.
See, now, even he talks about Hutt slime.
Fraal was talking to the Hutts when I arrived. He didn't appreciate the interruption.
You must have scared him. Master Fraal is wasting no time. He's already amassing forces with Broga the Hutt. Slay them both, and the Republic's stranglehold on Quesh will crumble.
This planet will soon belong to the Empire. Leave the details to me.
Find Master Fraal and Broga in the Quesh venom plant. Tear the facility apart. Make sure they don't leave the place alive.
Gladly.
I love it when they do the little fist gesture. Like every time a character says like something threatening, they do that little fist thing. They shake their fist in the air. It's so funny. But, oh dear. Alright, we're gonna have to kill some guys to get out of here. Wish I had more time to play this week, but I don't. Got lots of homework and got work to do. I'm like doing stuff like a real human these days instead of a chronic illness patient. Which I shouldn't say because, of course, chronic illness people are real humans. Like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I feel like my chronic illness took a lot away from me, and I've been able to get a lot of it back recently for reasons. Better medication, better sleep. Things have been going a lot better. But as a result, it means that I'm insanely busy. Like, oh my god. I haven't been this busy in years. It's amazing. But yeah, my genealogy, as I'm studying, I am getting more and more interested in the archival part of the business. And so I want to... Being able to uncover records and stuff? Yeah, and there's a lot of records that are online, but there's, you know, still most records are not online, right? So... Woohoo! 55! What I would like to do is learn how to do archiving. Not the transcribing. Transcribing will... I mean, I do transcribing, and I like doing transcribing, but it takes hours and hours. It takes a long time. And that's why people, normally when you want your documents transcribed, Ancestry and National Archives and all these other places they'll just have volunteers do their transcription because there's no other way to afford it, right?
Right.
It's too expensive to do any other way. So, but getting it onto a digital medium in the first place is the challenge for a lot of places. So one of the things I thought that I would do in my freelance business is to go and archive for people that can't afford to hire an archivist. You know, small churches and, you know, little history museums. And
yeah.
Little counties that don't have their stuff online.
Historical societies and stuff like that.
Yeah, any number of places that just don't. They've got records, and they don't have reasons that they shouldn't be published. There are some places that you can't publish things because there's rules against it.
Right.
But a lot of places they just haven't had the manpower. So I would go in and say, listen, I am a professional genealogist, and I'm offering to do this archival work. And all you have to do is let me talk about it on my YouTube channel, and then see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
It's just an idea at this point.
I'm gonna go talk to the repair bot here.
Please use all products only as
I
intended.
don't know if it's gonna even work, but what I will do is
see what it looks like.
I'll start locally.
So
here in Colorado.
I started doing some interesting archival work myself. It's like I've got 20 boxes of documents and photographs all in our garage, and for years they've been sitting there since my mom passed away, and I retrieved them from there. But it's stuff from mostly my mom's family, but also my dad's, and more so my mom than my dad's. So anyway,
my dad went through all that kind of stuff for our family, and he wrote on the back of pictures.
Yes.
If he knew who it was, who he thought it was, and what year it was. He's really done like a ton to make it easier.
Well, my dad did that as well before he got sick and died, and I have not seen those actual photographs and results of that for since he passed away. So it's like it's all.
It's gonna be fun to look through it all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the things of interest to me, I can't even grab this guy. I don't. Whatever. The stuff that's going to be of interest to me in particular is like the World War II information. If I can uncover more of that, because he didn't talk about being a vet. He didn't talk about where he was stationed or what kind of missions they did. I know he was a tail gunner.
All sorts of archives that you can get into.
Well, yeah, I know that there are,
stuff.
but like I found yearbooks from the 7th Air Corps, which is what he was part of. And
you can get his record too.
Actually, there's the Pima Air Museum in Arizona has archives there, and it's like I was chatting with a gentleman who was also a World War II vet, and I was telling him about my dad having been on a B-17 bomber. He was a tail gunner, and he's like, and he was giving me a little bit of insight about what airplane it would have been and stuff like that, based on.
You want to talk to this guy?
I don't know. Do we need to? Oh, Sergeant Darrow. Okay, I guess.
Just a little extra quest.
Okay, we can.
We can. Yeah, the army will have all that stuff if you can't find it there.
Yeah.
Problems, Sergeant?
Regrettably,
I think all the Army Air Corps records are with the Army and not with the Air Force, but
I'm charged with organizing raids against the Republic's mining efforts. We strike targets of opportunity to slow their progress and drive them to retaliate. They've recently constructed a large crane that I thought would make a perfect target. I sent a team, but security was triple the expected strength. My soldiers were slaughtered.
You should have gathered more intelligence, Sergeant.
I had thought my reconnaissance was thorough, but that was clearly not the case. A mistake I won't repeat. Clearly, the crane is a very important part of the Republic's operations. Far more than we'd first suspected. The crane needs to be destroyed and the Republic punished. But I just don't have the manpower to go up against so much security.
I'm overqualified for this job.
I feared I would never see this done. Thank you. You'll find the crane at these coordinates. Good hunting.
But eventually, when I get my license, if you need to access something that you don't have access to because you need a membership or whatever, just ask me, because I might already have a membership. Part of my business. I'm going to have memberships too.
Now, I don't know whether you have any opinion on this, but the whole thing about 23andMe going south.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
what happened?
Well, I guess they're having financial problems, and so there's the discussion about what happens if they go under to all the data.
Oh, somebody's going to have to buy it.
Yeah. Well, is it going to be bought by someone who actually could use it for genealogy stuff, or is it going to be bought by someone who just wants nefarious purposes and stuff like that? And it's like,
I mean, what could they do with it that would be nefarious? This is the part that's always
medical,
confused me.
because you got all the DNA information. So you know.
Yeah, but there's not medical DNA in there. It's just ancestral DNA.
Well,
23
supposedly, right? In theory, that may be true. But...
Well, it's not in theory, it's true. They don't have the money to spend to do the medical stuff.
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't imagine that they would. It's really expensive to do those genetic tests for different diseases and to see if you have this marker or that marker or whatever. It's not included in their test.
Well, I guess the whole thing is that they've got the samples of the DNA and stuff so that they can turn around and say they sell the samples to someone that could do the markers and all that. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's just, it's kind of that's all kind
I'm
of
not sure that their storage is adequate to keep it from deteriorating.
Yeah, probably not, but
it doesn't seem to me like they would pay for the storage for all that genetic material other than to just run that one ancestry test.
And it could be all
Because that would be, it's so expensive to do that kind of storage. So, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't have an opinion because I don't know the details, but I do know that it is super expensive to do that sort of work.
Okay,
so
fair enough. I mean, yeah, I don't know enough about it. I'm just going based on what kind of articles and stuff that I've seen.
People are concerned about, sure.
Yeah.
No, you definitely would be concerned about it if they had run the medical stuff and if they had the storage to keep it, but I don't think either of those things are really true. I could be wrong. Maybe they did pay for the storage and kept all the material. I have no idea. I didn't do the 23andMe. I did the National Geographic.
Yeah, I did the National Geographic, and then I ended up losing all the passwords and all that stuff. So it's like I ended up doing Ancestry.com as well. So I've got two sets of data out there. I think it's interesting with the Ancestry.com.
Can't retrieve your password?
Not for National Geographic. I never did get it.
Should try again, because I think I've still got mine. The site's still there. They're just not running it anymore. I mean, they're not running they're not taking more DNA anymore.
Right.
But the site's still there. The information's still there. Try again. See what you think. I liked their test was fun. I found out that I have less Neanderthal than most people, which I don't know what that says. Maybe we were just really racist.
Yeah.
We left my ancestry left what is now Turkey 5,000 years ago and headed into Northern Europe.
See, it's interesting with the Ancestry.com because that's kind of the direction that my mom's family took.
Mm-hmm.
They are all on that, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that.
That's weird too.
Which Ancestry.com?
Well, no, just Ancestry in general is really strange because you know, you may not have stuff that your parents have because you only get half of their stuff.
Right.
And then, even then, not everything expresses itself. Like, my mother has sub-Saharan African DNA, a tiny amount. I have none. I didn't get any. Or it didn't express itself in the DNA that's turned on, right? So, yeah, I don't have any. I didn't, whatever half of the genes that I got didn't include that. So I don't have it.
Well, I think it's interesting because, yeah, essentially my stuff, as much as I have data, I mean, I've got a lot of data on my mom's family. Where the data kind of disappears is on my dad. Because his family all came from Europe only 3 generations ago. So there is no data regarding...
There must be a lot of World War II casualty for different archives.
Well,
It's Italian, right?
I'm Italian, but they're... Yeah, the World War II, I don't know, it's like the family came over before World War II. So it was World War I, actually.
Sure, but a lot of Italian archives got damaged in the war. A lot of European archives got damaged in the war.
Yeah, but
that's
it's Swiss. So
yeah,
we'll have to see if it's actually, if there's data there that's actually...
Yeah,
it may not, it may not be Italian
that
at all.
sounds like a project that's going to be fun to research. If you need any help, let me know and I will help.
Well, where I am at this point is
Did
I've
you
got
get credit
one...
for that column explosive?
Yes.
Brain decommission?
Column
Okay,
1 and 2?
Yep.
Okay,
I'll go and turn those off.
Is there a third one?
There's 3.
Okay, so here's number something. Column 1.
That's, yeah.
And I'm going to go clean out the folks over by column whatever.
This is a really cool scene, by the way. When we finish this quest, this is a really neat little, if you want to take a screenshot, it's pretty rad at the end of this, after we turn this in. We're going to go hide behind a thing and an explosion will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to definitely hit a print screen for your stuff at that point, for your stream, because it gives a hero shot at the end.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Well, I could just take it off the recording.
Yeah, true. You can.
I'm picking up all
You'll
the
see
stuff
what I
from
mean. Yeah, no problem. You'll see what I mean in a second here. So we gotta go hide
Here's
behind
a barricade.
Okay, here we go.
What side of the barricade are we going to hide on?
We're gonna go this way. Here we go.
We're all standing around waiting for fireworks. Ooh, pretty. We can walk away.
See?
Yeah.
Ah, that's so awesome.
All right. Except they didn't walk us all
That's
the way
why
back.
I do that quest every single time, because of that stupid hero shot, because it's super fun.
Oh, there's 2 more things. We have to return to Dare. And I guess there's 2 more. But you know it's after 1. So...
It is, but we should probably finish this up, because otherwise we're going to have to come all the way back out here. And I don't have the desperate timeline today. If you have time to just finish this quest up, I
we can finish these.
Last time I had like 25 hours of work that needed to be done in 3 days, and so I had a pretty desperate timeline. Why don't we go return to Sergeant What's his face? Turn that quest in real quick and then we can come back and do the rest of it. How's that sound?
Okay, which one you want to go to?
The one we just did, we got to go turn in.
Okay.
To Sergeant, what's his face?
Okay,
over there.
We're closer
by the
to
entrance.
We're closer to the other one, though. I think, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay, we'll go get that one.
I think we can get
We're
that
gonna
one
have
in.
to go. We have to go all the way back to turn that quest in. We don't have a
Yes.
choice. So.
Yeah.
And I'd rather do it before we do the main quest, because then we can get Stronghold out of here at the end. And then next time we'll have to go turn it in with Moff Drayson, but that's okay, because we won't have to come back to this whole area to do that. So.
Okay, I'm going to click on this. I don't know whether you're going to get credit for it. Shield assembly control panel. Something else is going to go kapooey.
Kapooey.
Oh, and here comes. Did you get credit for it?
Not yet. But we might need to kill this guy first. Kill this thing. Kill the nice guy. Boop. Yep, there we go.
Alright.
Alright.
That schema is purchased.
That's our bonus mission. So now we'll go back and talk to Doodly Doo. Sergeant, what's his butt?
Yeah.
Let's kill these guys on the way for some XP. Just finish it
Okay,
up.
I'm going to take the left.
This is fun. So this planet on the Republic side, I don't like to do very much. But if we do a set of Republic characters, we'll see. I don't know, were you here on your Republic character?
Oh, I've been through all of this.
Yeah. You know the Republic story is kind of meh. Okay.
Go save these people over here, and oh, thank you. You know, they were poisoning our water.
Yeah, and there's
and
the guy
had leaky
there's the guy
faucets.
that's the traitor and all that stuff, and it's like me. Whatever. The Imperial story is more fun on this particular planet. That's not always the case. Sometimes the Republic story is more fun, but on this one, it's the. I think on this one and Balmora, the Imperial
crane has
side's
been
more fun.
destroyed, Sergeant.
So I've heard. I've been listening in on the Republic's comm channels. They're furious at the loss. You must have done some serious damage.
Furious.
I've had way tougher jobs.
It seems the crane was intended to build a powerful shield generator that would have made attacks on the Republic's operation impossible. I shall begin scouting for further targets. Thank you for your help. Without you, our entire mission here might have been dragged to a halt.
Oh, yes, you're welcome. Oh, and I got an upgraded earpiece. Woohoo!
Yeah, nice. Excellent.
Yeah. Take that. And I think that was the one I needed to upgrade. Yeah. Perfect. Cool. All right. Exit out of this area so we can drive someplace.
Nope.
No?
Nope. We gotta go out. I told you we gotta go all the way back.
Oh, I see. We have something. We gotta go.
Yeah.
All the way up.
We
there.
gotta just go to the venom processing plant and kill a dude. That's why if you're trying to get out of here quickly, doing that quest that we just turned in is not very efficient because you have to go all the way back to talk to him.
Oh, I don't care about efficiency.
Yeah, they should have made it a holocom so that we wouldn't have to run all the way back, but you do, because if you want to finish the main quest and then quick travel away when you're done, which is what I prefer to do, because we're done with the main quest, and you either want to get out and go to your stronghold, or you want to go quick travel over back to the Moff and turn that in.
Right.
But either way, you have to do this pain in the butt run to get back to the sergeant, which is a reason not to do the quest. But the hero shot at the end just makes it worth it, so I just do it everything.
Well, I'm surprised that they have this behind so that you can't actually ride anywhere.
Yeah, you can't mount.
Yeah, that's a real pain.
That is a big pain in the butt, for sure. Anyway.
Because if you could mount and ride, then it would be...
Yeah.
faster.
Well, I mean, the point is, if you finish the quest up here and... I mean, I don't think it makes you go back to the front. Darn. I think you just go and finish the thing up top and then you can leave. And then the people in here just respawn super quickly. There's just a lot of player friction in here. Just playability friction. It's sort of a pain in the ass, but luckily the story is really fun, so
yeah,
I don't mind it too much. I'm telling you, there aren't many games that I think are better put together story-wise than the first 50 levels of this game. The first regular game. I like the other stories too. I'm not a person that just likes the expansions. I like the expansions a lot.
I haven't actually gone through the expansions so much. So it's like I've been just keep leveling lower level characters.
I just think for a game on its own, it's really tight. All of the stories are interconnecting in a way that they don't end up being in the other ones. They put a lot of effort in it, and it turned out really good. Replayability, amazing.
Why did you uproot me, Jedi? My palace was set up just the way I like it. Of course, he'd be pissed off about decorations and such.
Yep. I have the comfiest couch.
Quiet, Broga. We're not alone. Once again, the Empire sends its best. Futile. Quesh will always be the Republic's.
The more you resist, the uglier this will get.
Just try to defeat me.
You're outnumbered, Thrall. Take my adrenals. That'll help you
True
rip
Jedi
this scum
need
apart.
only the Force.
Yep, should have taken the advice.
And he denied cocaine. No cocaine for Master Dan Thrall. Ba-dum-ba. Dee-da-da-dee-dee-dee-da-dee-dee. Oops.
Watch your step, Jedi.
Oops. Hey, you can't take his head if you put him in the gross acid.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Good show. I never liked that Jedi. Good. I could work with the Empire, maybe even split the Quesh venom business. What do ya say?
Nice try, Broga. But you're not weaseling out of this.
How?
Now, the green stuff that was spraying everywhere, was that from Quesh, or was that from him?
I don't think I want to know, actually. Okay, so we got to return to Moff Drayson, so we can get out of here. We can just...
Okay. We'll
talk to Moff Drayson next time.
Can we take a...
Or do you want to quick travel back to the base and talk to him and close out? I can do that if
That's what I was going to do. I was going to quick travel.
All right, let's go to the base, and then we will just talk to him and finish with Quesh, and we can start with our next planet, next game. How does that sound?
And we got to go this way. Go talk
Plan,
Oh, I can get on the mount. I forgot. I gotta upload the scheme. I forgot to do that. That's back there.
Yep.
Done.
Run, run, run. Run, 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 run. Why am I not finding where to do this? Oh, there it is. Burp, burp, burp. Ba-doop. All right. All right, now we gotta go see Mouth Drayson, and then we'll be done with this planet. Planetito.
All right. I'll wait for you.
Are you up there? Okay.
Yep, I
I'm
am.
on my way.
I'm standing, staring at
I'll be
Moth.
right there. Staring at the moth. I'll be right there.
It's like moth in a flame.
Ready.
The Jedi in his hut are dead.
Excellent. The Republic will be furious. You have my thanks, and that of my council. We'd still be fighting over Quesh's mines if not for your help.
Does the Empire have something in store for this planet?
In time, we will take over the Quesh venom industry. As for our military, there's still plenty to do.
The Republic's still fighting. Help us pile up enough bodies here, they'll retaliate on other planets, then we'll have our war.
But first, enjoy your victory. Quesh will soon be ours, and the Republic grows more furious by the day.
Yeah, I got some interesting rewards that all look like cloth. Let's see. Was anything here that is of interest to me? The Onslaught jacket. Okay. Ooh, that looks like it's a significant increase. No, it isn't. Your stuff is higher. 82 for the Demolisher, 82 for the Bolt Blaster. I think I want Bolt. No.
Yeah, Bolt Blaster. You don't want anything defense on it because you're
yeah,
not
but it's not. Yeah, doesn't matter.
It's not good enough. Yeah, your stuff is my stuff that I made is better.
All right. So we
All right,
done?
that is it.
Okay.
Yep, we are finito for the weeko.
Cool. If I don't see you until the next time I see you, have a good day. Have a good afternoon. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for stopping by. If you like what we're doing, give us a follow and some love, and I will see you all soon. Bye now.